Welcome back, everybody. Today we will be replacing the heater core on a 1989 Corolla. I got the core off eBay for about 45 bucks. It was the cheapest one I could find. I believe they're all pretty much the same. Place a pan under the firewall to catch any coolant that comes out of the core. Disconnect our heater hoses from the heater core. I'm going to remove this clip, give us a little more room. Start by removing the screws for each panel. Now just pull it out. I have aftermarket speakers, so I just had to disconnect the spades to get the glove box piece out of the way. Remove the 10mm from this side. Next, remove these two screws. Two screws to the left of the steering wheel. Screws below. Pop this out. Remove the 10mm on the left side. Use a Stubby Phillips to undo these screws here. Pull out your defrost button and unplug it and pry this whole piece out and up. Gray one, just press the button, or you can pull the whole thing off like that. Disconnect your connectors down here. Now we can start removing all the bezel screws for the combination meter. It should just pop out. Disconnect your connectors. Hazard light, just press down. Clock, just press down and pull. Remove the 4 screws for the tape deck. These are actually larger bolts. We should be able to kind of just shimmy all this out. That can come out like that. That can get fully out of the way because this is part of our dashboard that we're going to have to pull out. Next, remove the combination meter assembly. Pull out the meter. Remove the 4 radio bolts. Phillips doesn't work. These are 8mm bolts. Pull out your radio. 2 plugs to disconnect. And just pull these out. This one, you have to twist it to the left to unlock it, or to the right. To remove the cluster, there's 1 plug immediately on the right side here. You can feel the top of the connector. Just get my thumb on top of that. Press it down and wiggle it out. So that's 1 connector. Then there's the other connector. You have to get your hand all the way back here. Remove the steering column cover just to give yourself a little extra room. Two more right up here at the top. The upper and lower ones are this style, and then the middle ones are actual bolt style. it out. Now we can really yank the cluster out a little easier. I'm not going to be able to show you how to disconnect this because it's all going to be by feel, but so what I did was just rotated the speedometer cable connector. You'll feel it. You should be able to twist it. Just rotate it right while pulling it, and it will unlock. I just have two more connectors to undo over here. It's number one. And number two, right in the middle here. And there it goes. Move this 10mm bolt right here. What's behind the cluster. Remove these two screws. It's hard to see, but there's a small screw on this bracket here behind this bar. He's going to ratchet with a number 2 Phillips. Now to have it loose, I'm going to use the stubby number 2 to get it out the rest of the way. Not a lot of clearance though. Pop this upper vent out. Remove the 10mm bolt. Pop this vent out. And remove the 10mm. Remove these A-pillar pieces by prying out, pulling up. Remove the pillar cover on the other side too. Now we can remove the dash. Feeding your wire harness out as you go. Pull it out this way. And there we go. The dash is removed. So here's our heater core. Still got a little bit of work to get to it. Pop this vent out. Screws. 10mm. Remove these two nuts down here. And this connector. Unfortunately, we do need to remove the center support so we can get the box out this way. Start over here. So our 12mm. Remove these two bolts. Move this wire harness in the center. Remove this 14mm to the steering column. Move this 10mm to the bracket. And then this 14mm. Steering column drops out just like that. Remove these screws. Remove the 4 12mm nuts. The wire loom. And the relay. Make sure to remove your brake pedal return spring before removing the center support, or you'll stretch it out pretty bad like I did. And pull out the whole support. Remove this connector. Remove the climate control connector. To remove the climate control cables, you need to go on the opposite side of where these are. So we'll do these from the other side. This is the one that comes in on the bottom. Have these little white tabs. You want to press the tab in and then push it down with another screwdriver. Kind of hard to see. But I got one side done there. Partially pushed down. We're going to do the same on the other side. Push the tab in. Push down with another screwdriver. And it's free. Do that for the remaining 3 cables. 1, 2, and there's the access for the 3rd. And we might as well just remove the center console to make the removal of these brackets easier. Should just pull up. Move the 2 12mm. Carpet back to reveal the 12mm. Use a needle nose. And pull it out. Move this 10mm. And pull the vent off. Remove this 10mm here. It's 10mm nut in the back. left side on the firewall. Get this lower vent out of the way. So now the heater core box should be loose. We do need to get it around the cooler box, which has these tabs in the way. But if we pull it off of the studs, we should be able to get enough clearance and down a little bit. We have the fittings still holding it. This is not completely loose. And now we're just going to move back over here. Wiggle it free. We may need to move this wiring harness. Push down on this tab, pull. Mind your wires, and there's the box. Here's the heater box. You can see how it functions. This opens up. Here are the flanges of the heater core. They're just completely destroyed. We'll need this from that. And the screw. There it is, nice and rusty. Drop in our new core. Start maneuvering it in. Main things are going to be the wire harness and the tabs for the cooler box. Okay, I got the cores inlet and outlet out to the holes. Get this behind this tab. Things are starting to line up. Got it onto that stud there. Can line up our cooler box while we're at it. Got it on its studs as well. That's reconnect this electrical connector and your wire loops. Reinstall the left side bracket. And the right side. Clip your wire harnesses back in. That one goes on that side. This one clips in on the inside on the right. Now I can put our center console back in. It's easiest to press this all the way down first while pulling this up, get it all the way seated, and then you press this back piece on top of it. Install the center support with the 12mm nuts and bolts. Hold the steering column up and hand thread in your 14mm nuts first. So the column up and get our bolts in like this. Then we'll take our 14 millimeter. Attach this harness to this hole. The rubber part goes towards the steering wheel. Unhook this part under like this. And pull it to the pedal. Reattach this plate. It slides on like this. Reinstall these two nuts on the left side. 12 millimeter. Reattach the right side nut with the ground. Reattach this piece for the glove box. It's a small screw with a piece of plastic on it. You're going to want to get this harness up and over the top and clip it in right there. Now we will reinstall our climate control. This cable, the white one with the down U shape, and this blue cable with the down U shape, both go to the temperature control. One is for opening the heater valve on the firewall, and one is for opening the doors of the heater core. So this one goes right here. We're going to get our white piece and lock it in place with this line centered here. So that's locked in now. Now we'll do our blue one. We got to do our top ones. So our white cable is for our fan settings. Changes between rear vent settings, defrost, through just your face. Pull that cable out. Line it up and lock it in. Now our last blue cable. This is for changing it between recirculate and outside fresh air. Plug in the AC connector. You may have to pop these trim pieces out to get it behind there. Other than that, we're all the way in there. Lined up and tight down here. Now we can screw in our 4 10mm bolts on the corners. Pop your A-pillar panel back in. Reinstall your vents. They just pop right in. And your bolt behind the meter. Reinstall these 2 screws. I'm not even going to bother with the screw up there because I don't think it's doing anything. Now we can put our center console piece in. Install our screws. I did not get an adapter for my new radio for the cassette player, so just taped up the harness. And it'll just be cosmetic. Maybe the next owner will want to use cassettes and get an adapter. This takes the 8mm head bolt. Install your meter. So first we're going to screw in the speedometer cable, and then we'll plug in all our connectors. on the 3 connectors on the back of the meter. I lost my clip for those. Alright, that's on there now. Install your screws once everything's plugged in. Don't forget your 2 lower screws. Install your radio. I have an aftermarket radio here with a harness adapter, 2 plugs. Make sure you have your blue harness here for the hazards, black harness here for the clock, white harness here for the rear defrost. Now we can reinstall our meter bezel. Reinstall the center bezel. And let's reattach our cigarette lighter and our light here. These pieces go like so. Plug in the ashtray light. Twist your cigarette lighter light bulb in. And plug in the lighter itself. Get it over your ignition. That's going to be the most difficult part. So I ended up using a flathead to gently pry this stupid bezel around the ignition out so I could get the trim behind it. I don't know why this doesn't just pop off, but it didn't for me. Plug in your defrost switch. Install the 2 outer screws. Reinstall your right hand lower trim. 1 connector for the dimmer. There's the vent. I'm gonna plug in my aftermarket speakers here. Clip on this side. Got it below our ignition here. Put 1 screw in here. One down here. One here. one here. And put our steering wheel clamshell back on. Now we can get our glove box in. I start by plugging in my speaker. Then reattach your hoses. Set the temp all the way to cold, then reconnect the heater valve cable. Jack the vehicle up, fill with coolant. As the system bleeds, top up with coolant as needed. Once no bubbles are coming out of the radiator for 2 to 3 seconds, turn the heat up all the way. This opens the heater valve and redirects coolant into the heater core. Once again, top off the coolant. Once the heat is blowing hot and there are no air bubbles for 2 to 3 seconds, you can turn the vehicle off and close up the radiator. And that's all there is to it. If you enjoyed this, check out the other videos on my channel. Thanks for watching.